What's going on, guys? I'm going to do a product demo of Project Blue, an iMessage automation platform. So you can you can create and send automation similar to how you do, with traditional Twilio line, except with iMessage. Um, I'm going to do a little bit of a quick walkthrough here, and then I'm going to get straight into it and show you actually how we're using it internally in our CRM, all the cool features you can do, and kind of the integrations that come with it. So obviously, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. The goal with this is really to double your response rates, right? I believe, you know, and you can speak with a number of people. Like having the blue message, it's a big sense of trust between conversating between people, whether it's past clients, people you're onboarding onto your team, whatever it may be. And like I said, guys, we actually, practice what we preach. We use this product internally, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how everything's set up in our back end as we kind of go through this. So stick around for that. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'll just walk you guys through a couple slides here. So, okay. Yeah, so obviously just looking at the traditional channels, let me make my head a little bit smaller here. Obviously with, traditional SMS, they're really cracking down on it. And for a good reason, obviously, there's people are just mass spamming people and, cold spam. And that's not what we try and do. We definitely don't do that as well. We don't support that. But there's a lot of, spam filters nowadays, required opt-out language, as you'll see. And it just really lowers the credibility, even if you're sending it to existing customers or potential prospects that you had that went through a lead sign-up form, whatever that may be. It's really kind of detrimental. And alongside that, the A2P process it takes forever. It's very, it takes a couple weeks. It could get denied, and then you have to go do it again. And yeah, also the media, it's a little bit difficult to do with SMS, right? Like sending videos, photos, whatever that may be, rich media, which could increase your conversion rate. So obviously, yeah, you guys, you're probably doing this because you're using SMS. You've got kicked off, your platform, messages aren't sending, you're not getting the response rates that you're looking for. And that's kind of where we come in. So at Project Blue, we've essentially we've built a solution around this while still kind of adhering to the guidelines, obviously. And a lot of kind of what we do is, is the product kind of describes itself, just being able to create iMessages directly in your automations. So with that, this kind of goes around the 10 DLC or the A2P registration. So you don't actually need to register for this. There's no required opt-out language. Obviously, like we don't support, if you're trying to use this for like a mass text to customers, a couple hundred messages in a couple seconds, like we don't support that. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. And obviously, as we kind of talked about on the previous slide, there's a lot of that kind of external tools that you can add to the sales channel, if you will, like such with voice memos, videos, photos, whatever that may be, rather than having to say send a link to something, opening it up. It's just more credibility, doubles your response rates. And I'm sure, many of you guys that use Apple devices, it speaks for itself. So, and then, yeah, you can also start group chats, see when messages are read. Again, these are just kind of, additional layers to SMS that you don't traditionally get. So yeah, a lot of it, again, it's not just, obviously you could just pick up an iPhone and start messaging your clients right away, from an Apple store or whatever. But the way we've designed it is, when we integrate it into your CRM, we can create triggers for you. That's kind of set up in the design and implementation process. So say a new lead comes in, and again, I'm going to show you guys all of this in our CRM, but you can connect to other third-party softwares, Calendly, and yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff to do. You can see, if a message isn't read, maybe send another one. If an appointment's not booked, if they haven't paid an invoice, whatever that may be, and you can do it all with iMessages, which is really cool. So yeah, we've been trusted by a lot of companies. that are using us, a lot of different industries, home service industries, construction, insurance, whatever that may be. A lot of it is, a lot of like sales led teams, right, where the sales cycles are longer. Obviously, like, something like e-commerce we have done more on this customer service side and whatnot, but I don't want to digress here. But obviously, there's definitely specific use cases for both. And this is kind of what we try and figure out on our call together as well. Once you get approved on the wait list, we try and figure out if this is a good solution for you guys as well for us. Because there's definitely certain use cases of like when to use Twilio, traditional A2P messaging, and when to use our service. But as mentioned, everything is included in our service, like from the onboarding to getting everything set up to the automations. We want to make sure that you get the most of our service. As mentioned, we integrate with a lot of CRMs. We've completed our integration with Close, high level. We're doing a little bit with Salesforce, and then also things with Jobber, with a lot of like service-based companies. I will say, sometimes in the demo I'm going to be showing you internally, we use high level. And high level, it's good at a lot of things. Obviously, like this isn't a video to look at that, but it's good at a lot of things. It's not amazing at it, but the automations are really where it shines. And again, that's kind of what I'll be showing here. I guess we can get right into that right away. And before actually we did that, I want to show you guys also some case studies, and we can send this to you as well if you're interested, of companies that we've worked with that are some of our current customers as well, and how it's impacted their company. So we've worked with a software company for onboarding, a construction builder, and kind of like a health-driven clinic, if you will. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, now that we're in the iMessage app, obviously I've tried to select a predefined window here, but you can see that the message came through. So that was just like the initial lead form submission. Obviously this can be configured in any CRM, but in our purpose, again, it's high level. But you can see the message came through as iMessage. I'll even like it just to show you what comes through on our CRMs. But yeah, in this instance, we just simply lead people to a waitlist sign up where they can complete their information and kind of get processed in the queue. But let's go ahead and into the actual CRM now. And just to show you guys, so in our CRM, in our Project Blue CRM, so you have two options essentially. Again, this is just how it's configured in high level. Obviously, it's going to look a little bit different, but you can see the traditional one, which is through Twilio, is the lead connector, and then we've just transitioned this over to Project Blue iMessage. So basically now every SMS that's sent, it's going to be sent using the iMessage provider. Obviously, if they don't have an Apple device, it just defaults to traditional SMS, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's pretty much configured. Now let's go into the actual automation to show you the real magic behind the scenes. So this is the automation builder that's native and high level. And we've just integrated our product into it. So you can see here when a new contact, I'm just going to walk you guys through the flow, the exact flow that you guys just saw. So when a new contact gets created, for example, this is kind of the flow that happens. We assign a user to it. So whatever that may be. So this would be like the sales rep or the agent. This is just us in this example. Here we actually check if they're iMessage compatible. You don't need to do this. This is optional. We've obviously configured it in our system to do that automatically when you send a message. But this is just kind of like a sanity check, like a nice to have, because we update the contact field. So for example, if your name is John, or if if you have a lead or a customer that's named John, you would have a field that says like, yes, John is true. They are an iMessage. Just so the reps know. And then here we're adding contact followers. We're creating an opportunity in our sales pipeline, and then we're sending that same exact iMessage that we sent out to you, or we sent out that I showed you. Like, hey, if you'd like to send blue iMessages, please apply, and then that same exact link. And of course, you can apply an owner to that as well. Like, let's say if you want to map certain devices to a phone number, whatever that may be. And we have an internal notification as well. So this is like a very, very basic flow. And again, obviously, like if you support other, if you're using another CRM that may not have this capability, what we can do is kind of create a sync between them. So for example, if you're using like Jobber, or Service Titan, we can grab those contacts into this automation platform and run the automations, and then basically report back, kind of create that two-way sync between them. We are creating our own platform as well to allow for this, just a more intuitive way. But for now, this has worked really well, and your company can get up and running right away. But yeah, like I said, guys, this is like a really easy one. So I'll even show you here as well, or another one. So in this example, basically, once they submit that waitlist form, we're doing some other stuff here, and we're creating that opportunity, right? So that's a waitlist. That's kind of the second step. We create that opportunity, wait a couple minutes, and then we send another message of, hey, thanks for joining our waitlist. You're currently on the queue and moving up. Just letting them know kind of their status and stuff. And obviously, as you go through our queue, you'll get notified as well. So again, this is kind of another simple one. This is just kind of like the second step in the process if we were to continue. But obviously, I want to show you guys some even more meat of like what you can really do with this platform in combination with our product. Hey guys, so this is just a little bit of a demo I set up for like a wait to reply action. So again, some of this is native in the CRM, but we've kind of developed kind of workarounds around this. So essentially what this is going to do in a use case, let's say you're trying to nurture someone, or a new lead that came through, whatever your use case may be. But basically we have an iMessage that goes out. Initially it's going to be like, hey, how's it going? Let's set up a meeting, and basically our workflow action checks if they reply or not. So we can set this to like 1 minute just for testing purposes. But basically, if they reply, we'll send them something like, hey, awesome, thanks for setting up that meeting. I guess we can set this probably to like 5 minutes just because we do have a queue in the back end. But yeah, so if they do reply, we'll send them like, awesome, thanks for setting up the meeting. And if they don't, we can say something like, hey, are you still interested? Basically just trying to reactivate them, if you will. Very simple stuff here, and we can actually go and test this out as well. So I've got my iMessage pulled up, my iMessage window on my Apple computer. This is just to show you, like, I'm basically acting again as the customer here. So I've entered myself in the automation, and it's going to go through the whole flow again. And we should get a message that will populate here. Yep, perfect, we got it. So obviously you can see this is an iMessage. It's green, it's blue as I type here. And I'm just going to say to this, yeah, let's do it. I'm just acting as the customer here. So because I responded with that, the way that we've set up our conditional flow logic, it's essentially going to, respond with another message of, I forgot what it was. Let me go and check it here. Okay, sweet. So it should, the second message, since I did respond, it should say, awesome. Thanks for going up, or thanks for setting up that meeting. And if I hadn't done that, it would time out and would send a different message. So again, guys, this is a very simple use case, but I'm just describing in your kind of lead flow, your automation, and all of this is kind of audited. So there we go. Sweet. We saw the message come through. So if I were to do this again and wait 5 minutes without any response, it would just go ahead and basically time out and then send that other message that on the kind of the other side of the branch, the if else, if you will. So yeah, guys, again, this was a very simple demo, but you can see like with this powered with, your CRM. So anytime an appointment comes in, there's a ton of different use cases we can look at, but just powering this iMessage automation really will set you apart from your competition, guys. Is really no one's doing this. Obviously, we take a lot of precaution to make sure that no one's misusing this platform, which is why we only work with very solidified and legitimate companies. But guys, if you are interested, try it out for yourself down below. I'm going to leave a link, and you'll see the sales process that I just described, and on your own device, which is really cool. I promise you, it's not one of us on the other end just responding back. But you guys can see it in action. And if you guys get approved, basically you get added on our wait list, and then straight from there you're basically you're submitted, and we can start sending away after kind of setting up all the automations, just to make sure you get the most of the platform. So yeah, guys, if you are interested, book an appointment down below, share this with your friends. Again, we are only taking very limited availability. We want to make sure that we can scale everyone and kind of monitor and make sure there's no foul play. So we want to basically my idea is really this service will more than pay for itself for what you guys are paying. So yeah, guys, if you guys want to hear more about the platform, how it works, the message cap, our pricing, everything, our different plans we support, book a call with us. And yeah, we'd like to learn more about your business as well. So thank you, guys.